As you know, we've been talking about electric vehicles and all sorts of things related to the established world of electric cars. Unfortunately, not all that glitters is gold. High costs, lack of charging stations outside big cities, among others, are some of the reasons why people don't buy electric vehicles on a massive scale. But today, we're going to find 5 reasons why you should consider buying an EV. Pay attention to everything we say. You'll get a nice surprise. Let's get started. The UK government, via the Department for Transport, continues to encourage people to migrate to EVs in the run-up to 2030. From road tax relief to reducing the purchase price, the government is using all possible resources to increase the number of EV users in the short term. For the time being, these measures are slowly taking effect. That's why today we're going to review 5 advantages of owning an EV in the UK, which I'm sure will make you think twice. Before we start, I invite you to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to know more about EVs. We don't want resistance, so let's spike some interest and surge ourselves on. 1. Plug-in grant. According to the British government's official communications website, in its driving and transport section, a discount of a maximum of £2,500 will be given to zero-emission vehicles eligible for the plug-in grant. I'll leave the link to the list of all eligible vehicles below in the video description. Several of them, mostly EVs that were reviewed in our tops, range from hatchbacks, panel vans, SUVs and motorbikes. From the ever-reliable Nissan Leaf to the Vauxhall Vivaro E, they all enter for plug-in grant eligibility. But it's expected that the government will stop offering this incentive in 2023. So if you're planning to buy a new EV, make sure it's on the list and enjoy your electrified car. 2. No tailpipe emissions. Another benefit of owning an EV is forgetting entirely about emissions taxes. With an EV, you don't have to check that emissions are in the acceptable range because there are no emissions at all. However, the only time an EV pollutes is when you charge it up. Power generation in Europe remains an activity that produces even higher emissions than cars. Still, you'd be indirectly paying a small amount for the emissions from electric power plants, unlike the huge taxes on petrol and diesel cars, which are often much bigger. And of course, reducing emissions contributes to cleaner air in our cities and also benefits the nature around large urban centres. Also, noise pollution would be reduced by getting more EVs on the road. 3. Cheap to repair and extended warranty. Another advantage of EVs is their simplicity. With no internal combustion engine, there are fewer moving parts susceptible to breakage. The most common EVs have a maximum of 2 electric motors that are easy to repair. The maintenance cost of an EV can be up to 10 times less than that of a petrol or diesel car. Depending on the frequency of use, issues such as the car's body, suspension, tyres, wheels, and electrical systems are common areas of maintenance for EVs. However, the batteries are the essential and most delicate part of an EV. That's why most brands offer extended warranties of several years or up to a certain mileage. Before buying an EV, be sure to read the battery warranty carefully and service the batteries within the time recommended by the brand. If you made it this far, then let me invite you to like this video and subscribe. 4. Comfort. Some drivers may find the sound of the engine running pleasant, and I cannot judge them. I'm one of those drivers too. But there are other drivers who want to make their journey as calm and quiet as possible. With an EV, you can be sure that no noise will enter the cabin. Electric motors offer an enviably quiet ride, almost to the level of a Rolls-Royce Phantom, even with some brands employing artificial sounds to simulate the sound of an engine purring under the bonnet. So if you're looking to enjoy a family trip in an EV, you're assured of an experience similar to travelling on a bed of clouds, while the blue Danube plays like a musical backdrop. 5. More responsive driving feeling. And last but not least, the driving experience. An EV is a different kind of experience. Purists may see it as very artificial, but for the average driver, it can be a transition like going from a bicycle to a motorbike. An EV has better acceleration than a conventional car. Electric motors offer instant torque, and almost any sporty EV can rival the most over-the-top supercars on the market. How about that? This makes cornering more precise, and the car doesn't lose speed if it crosses a windy or twisty road. In addition, electric aids make it safer to drive, and the EV can even drive itself with the introduction of new autonomous driving technologies. As you can see, EVs have advantages that surpass those of conventional cars. However, we're still in the early stages of the technology surrounding this whole area of the automotive industry. Over the years, we'll see new battery innovations, more accessible technologies for the general public that will translate into lower production costs and lower retail prices. See you in the next episode.